Good Sunday. Let's be Christmas Eve. So, how y'all doing? Let's see what we got in here. We got Jim Bob in here. Hi, Jim Bob. Hey, Kevin. How you doing? 2ATVs. Daryl, how you doing, buddy? Merry Christmas to y'all. Taco Cat, how you doing, brother? And let's see. We had Rail come in. Hi, Rail. How you doing, bud? Thank you for coming in. So, hopefully y'all are ready for Christmas. It's almost that time. Just a couple more days. I think I'm ready. I got all my shopping done. Just got to wrap some gifts. And I even baked some Christmas chocolate chip cookies. Of course, they're the pre-packaged ones. You just cut them into squares and throw them on the sheet and bake them. But hey, I tried, They taste good. So, didn't make them from scratch. But yeah, we're going to have Christmas cookies and coffee. So, anyways, hope you all are doing good. It's been a wild weekend. Actually, a lazy weekend. I haven't got a whole lot done. I mean, I got a few things done, but just kind of gets. No. I'm dressed. See, I got my official shirt on. I got my hat on. Got my cookies. Got my coffee. Hi, Lisa. Thank you, dear. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Lisa. Hey, Renegade, how you doing, bud? But so yeah, I'm ready for Christmas. I've officially started my Christmas vacation. So hey, Scott, how you doing? Eggnog, beer. Ugh. I like eggnog. I don't like beer. But anyways, I've officially started my Christmas vacation. 2 weeks off work with pay. Usually first of the year. So hopefully we're gonna get a bunch of stuff done. I'm officially going to start the loft tomorrow morning. I was going to start it yesterday morning. And I went out and it was like 15 or 16 degrees out. The real feel. Nah, it wasn't happening. I turned the furnace on in the shop. And after about 20, 25 minutes, the temperature only came up like 5 degrees in the shop. So it was like still below freezing. Nah, I shut the furnace off and went back in. I said, I'll go back out later. I got busy doing stuff in the house. So yeah, we didn't get back out. And then this morning I went to the grocery store and some other stuff and did some running around and finished my Christmas shopping and, made it to the Harbor Freight and got my free bucket. Yee-hee-hee. So, hey, Tommy, what's happening? But, so, yeah, definitely tomorrow morning. It's going to be warmer tomorrow. So, we're definitely going to get out there tomorrow and get some stuff done. So, yeah, I'm happy to have the time off work. I'll miss my friends from work, but I'll see them in 2 weeks. Ain't no big deal. So what you all have planned for the holidays? Anybody doing anything special? Stopped in Texas on my way down to Florida and got my box. Is that like going to LA via Omaha? From New York to Florida, that's kind of a right turn in Albuquerque. Yeah, Taco Cat, you got to get rid of that green overspray on that washing machine. Dryer. The wife's gonna have you skinned alive. Yeah, big circle. But I guess, Scott, when you're semi-retired, you can make detours like that, huh? Anybody expecting some big gifts for Christmas? I actually didn't buy myself anything this year. I figured I spent enough all the year long. I don't need to get myself anything. Maybe I'm on my own naughty list. Could be. I don't know. So, if y'all haven't tried the store brand take and bake chocolate chip cookies from Save-A-Lot, you gotta try them. They're pretty decent. I mean, they ain't no homemade, you know. Rail's getting nothing for Christmas. That's right, Scott. When you're your own boss, you can do what you want, work when you want, and not when you want. Exactly. Does anybody want a hippopotamus for Christmas? I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. That's the best thing to do, Scott. You got the means to do it, and everything. Go down and spend as much time as you can with all them girls. Okay, Daryl. Daryl's going to be on the melatonin. And Taco Cat says melatonin is good for about 3 hours. Is that 3 hours on top of what you already sleep? Because I'd take some of that. That would get me about 8 hours of sleep. 7 or 8 hours. Hey, Adam. How you doing, buddy? Hi, Wayne. Well, at least you got what you wanted, Wayne. I don't know about driving the wife nuts, but, you know. Yeah, Taco Cat, I agree. I love his shop videos. Very, very down to earth, very knowledgeable man. Okay, Lisa's sister bought her some Dayquil and an envelope she can't open till Christmas. Okay. I guess she's looking out for your health there, Lisa. I don't know about what's in the envelope, but I mean that's a practical gift. I like that. So. I was gonna make the whole package of cookies. I'm glad I didn't. I'm sitting there munching on these things, and I have no self-control. But yeah, Tom. Jeff actually stopped in last week. I haven't seen him yet this week, but he seemed like he was doing pretty good last week. So he was still in the rehab center, but he didn't say when he was suspected to get out. But I hope he does get out and get home before Christmas. So yeah. But I think after New Year's now, not after Christmas, because Christmas is only a couple of days away. I'm gonna start doing some really good research on some budget-friendly TIG welders. I've been told I don't want a lift arc or whatever you want to call them, but I think that's about the only thing I'm going to be able to afford. I'm not sure about the low end or the budget-friendly ones with a pedal. I don't know. I can't find any reviews on how well they work. So, but I have found reviews on some of the Art Captains and all them, and everybody says they're a pretty decent machine. So we'll just have to relearn how to weld. Of course, I'm never TIG welded before, but so I guess if I learn on a lift arc, and get halfway decent at it, I'll be good with one with a pedal. So. Oh, and she actually drove 21 miles to personally deliver it. That's awesome. See, I'm lucky. My family lives within 10 miles, so I don't have to travel real far to visit. And we are all getting together at Mommy's house on Christmas afternoon for Christmas dinner. Yum. So. Yeah, Renegade. That was one of the ones I was actually looking at. The TIG 200 and the one below that. I really like the TIG 200. That seems like a really good machine for the money. Of course, I was looking at the other, the other brands, the ones that Harbor Freight sells, and some of the other ones too that are like, big money. But for the money, I think the TIG 2000 or 200 is the one I'm gonna end up going with. Mudster, what's up, brother? Hope you're doing well. Hope your holiday is going well. Because yeah, I was looking at Eastwood stuff too. I don't know who makes the Eastwoods. I think I know they don't make their own. They're rebranded, but I don't know who makes them. The only bad deal is most of the ones you look at that have the pedal and all that kind of stuff, you got to buy the pedal and everything separate, and that's like half the cost of the machine. Excuse me, y'all. Yeah, Eastwood is expensive. You went to the doctor last week and now you're falling apart. I've been falling apart for years. I keep saying I'm going to go to the body shop and see if they can do something, but at the price of the body shop, I don't think I can afford it. I could just continue to break down. As long as my mind stays as sharp as a rusty steel trap, we're in. So, talking about rusty. A couple weeks ago, first phase in the cab home. Well, if they're falling asleep there, they might get left there. But a couple weeks ago, we were talking about the used oil burner. I've changed my mind. I'm not going with the carburetor style blow through, whatever you want to call it. I'm going with a updraft, naturally feeding burner. I did find a guy posted a video that was very, very informative and very down to earth. He explained everything very, very well, and why you do it this way, and how it, why it works this way, and everything. So that's what we're gonna go with, and hopefully we'll be doing some videos on that. No, I haven't seen anything used. I'm gonna have to buy it on credit no matter what way I go. So yeah, they're hey Taco Cat. Hey Jeff, how you doing, buddy? Ho 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 ho. Aspired, yeah. What are you gonna do when the adults are gone? Yeah. Hold off on the TIG machine. I have a company that is supposed to be sending me a plasma cutter and a MIG machine that will also do TIG. Oh, awesome! Because I was actually looking at plasma cutters too, but that was going to be on the later later on down the road. That would be awesome, Renegade. I will definitely take you up on that offer. We'll just have to. You got me on TikTok and stuff, so we can message back and forth there on details and stuff. So I really do appreciate that. That'd be awesome. So how you doing, Jeff? We had people asking about you again, buddy. Did you make it home? That's the big question. Are you still giving the nurses heck? Yeah. So yeah, a TIG and you say it was a TIG and plasma cutter in one. Yeah, that would be awesome. I was all set to. No home yet. That's okay. You still got some pretty nurses to look at, I'm sure. That'd be better than staring at the walls at home. But I was looking at, I think it's Art Captain. Yeah. Lift arc is fine because I have never TIG welded before. And everybody's telling me that, oh, you don't want to go lift arc, don't want to go lift arc. If I've never TIG welded before, learning how to lift arc TIG, that's Jeff is probably no. There's no probably about chasing the nurses. He is chasing the nurses, but yeah. Well, Tommy, technically it's still a drip feed, but there's no forced air. It actually just works like a wood stove, and the draft is naturally, and it comes in the bottom. And the guy that did the video actually he bought a stainless steel they're called puppy feeding pans that's got a little cone in the middle, and he showed how to modify that so it updrafts through that, and it works really well because he modified a wood stove to be an oil burner, and and the advantages is you don't have to have any electricity. Like right now, I got to have electricity for the fan, and I think I'm overfeeding it. Either overfeeding it with air or underfeeding it with fuel. But if I put any more fuel to it, it's going to be a big flame to match the air that's going in. So with the updraft, naturally aspirated, I guess, draft, I can control that with a damper to cut the airflow down to get the size and control the burn better. Just the feed and the air better. And again, no electricity needed. So, and that's my goal. Hey, Thomas, how you doing, buddy? I bet you Thomas is working his butt off at the store, being it's Christmas time. So, but yeah, Tommy, I'll definitely be doing some videos on it, showing modifying. I've already got it up here. How I'm going to modify. I'm just basically going to drill a hole in the bottom of my oil burner now, and weld a pipe in that the burn pan will sit down over. So, yeah, it should everything should work, but we'll find out. So, And that was my original goal, was to have one that required no electricity. But and on the subject of uh, heat and everything else, my propane furnace, which has been working flawless since I put it in. If you guys know anything about gas furnaces, there's a combustion chamber drain setup that drains the moisture out of the combustion chamber from the heat, and there's a little airlock in line where it comes out of the burn chamber down into this little, mine has a little black cylinder thing. 2 lines go in and it holds a little water, and it dribbles out and dumps out. Last week before last, I was out working in the shop, and I kept hearing a drip, 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 and I thought because I don't have it plumbed to the outside, I just got it running into a bucket, and I thought my little drain pan was full. Looked up, and there was very little thing in it, but yet it's dripping. Well, that little black thing froze and cracked, and the water was running out of it. So I bypassed it. Still works fine, but I was talking with some HVAC guys, and they said it should be fine, but there's a chance that if the exhaust pipe gets restricted any, it may push exhaust flame or exhaust gases out through those little tubes and into the shop. My shop's not sealed up that well. I don't think it hurt anything, but my one buddy that is the HVAC guy that I was talking to, he had an extra one laying around that he said he's probably had it for 10 years and never replaced one. He gave it to me, and he suggested getting block heaters, those stick-on like silicone block heaters, and stick it on the inside of my furnace right below that little box. And if I have to, put like a little shroud or something around it, and that will keep the air in that general area warm and keep it from freezing, which would be awesome. So yeah, you can enjoy air from the house. Yeah, Tommy. I actually thought about that. If I can get this system to draw and be efficient, or not efficient, but easily controllable and stuff, I was definitely thinking about popping a hole in the side of the shed or garage and pulling outside air in for combustion. Most definitely. Scott, I actually don't know what the BTU is on that propane furnace. It come out of a 3-bedroom house. If that tells you anything. So it's fairly big. It's plenty big enough to heat my little shop. It's just my shop has so many air leaks that it takes a little while and burns a little bit more to actually be efficient, or not efficient, but to get it done. So, and I also found out too that I can only run it about 20 minutes on a 20 pound gas grill tank. Apparently, those valves aren't designed for high flow that a furnace needs, because it freezes off. So run it for about 20 minutes, let it sit, 10, 15 minutes or so. It thaws out, and run it again. Yeah, I definitely need insulation, Scott, but I need I need this to build a new shop is what I need. Because right now it would be a tremendous undertaking to insulate my shop the way it is. The plans for down the road is to basically steel side my shop right now, but run new, because it's pole barn construction, run new 2x4 stringers horizontally, put 2-inch insulation in there, house wrap, and then the steel, and that way it'll seal the garage up, and it'll seal the shop up and insulate it all at the same time. Yes, that's the same way with my tractors and stuff. They definitely hold a lot of cold. It takes a long time to get them, especially when you're trying to, when it's not heated all the time. So, Taco Cat, I would take you up on that offer in a heartbeat if you were a little closer. Yes, Scott. I need to win the lottery. Or get an inheritance from a distant relative that I don't know or associate with, really. Donate me, a couple $100,000. Oh, welcome back, Renegade. Yep, Tommy. And what I actually do is I got a little portable electric heater. I set it far enough back that the heat just barely reaches the valve. And I have it spaced up, sitting on a little step ladder. And it blows on that valve. It won't keep it from freezing off, but it does thaw it out quick. So, like I said, it's a 1.5 2 foot back, so it's just barely pushing the air across it, just enough to warm the valve up. It's not, and it definitely don't have it on while it's running. So it just asked Diesel Creek for a loan. Yeah. Daryl, he helps out more than you guys know. He is like the biggest supporter of the channel. He helps out tremendously. He'd be helping with the loft if he wasn't deer hunting. That's my mistake for trying to do it during deer hunting season, because there ain't nothing that takes priority over deer hunting. So, but yeah, I mean, the last couple weeks I haven't really felt in the Christmas spirit until like the last 2 or 3 days, 4 days. I'm really starting to get into the Christmas spirit, as you can tell with the hat, Yeah, a mini split would be nice if I had insulation. If my garage is well insulated and sealed up, a mini split would be nice, especially for the summertime, for the heat. Yes, Scott. I don't know if you all watch Diesel Creek or not. I do. He's a cool dude. He's not real far from me. He's only a few hours from me. But he does a lot of stuff behind the scenes, Scott, you don't see. He buys and sells stuff all the time. That's what he does. Oh yeah, you're in Florida, Renegade. I bet you it does get hot, real hot, and humid. Yeah, mini splits don't work well in the cold. Yeah, they're more of an air conditioner, I think, than a kind of a heat pump. They work good down to a certain temperature, but like Rail said, they don't work well in the real cold. Mark, how you doing? Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. Merry Christmas to you and yours too. So yeah, I'm looking more for AC, and especially since now that I have the propane gas furnace in there, my buddy was telling me all I need is an A coil and a outside the outside unit, which he's keeping an eye on to see if he can, if because he does a lot of side work and stuff. If he comes across one that's, you know, still in decent shape, running wise, like if somebody buys a house and they upgrade the system or something, he's going to try to get one for me so we can put an A coil in there and have AC in the shop. So, yeah, I looked at some portable AC units and like through the wall AC units. They just they just didn't really impress me. So, like I said, I mean, I do well with just some open the doors up, turn some fans on. The biggest problem I have is it seems like every time I go out to the shop to video in the summertime, one of the neighbors decides it's time to mow their lawn. You know, and for some reason, my shop is like, you know, a magnet for noise. You might be able just to barely hear it, like when you're in the shop, but on camera, it comes across like really loud. So, but yeah, that's a few projects we got going on. And I started kind of inventorying what I have for my new engine, not Mark's, but my new engine. And I think about the only thing we need is pistons. Because I forgot that Mark gave me a set of heads that have valves in them and springs. My heads that I have for the engine are already ported and polished and ready to go. I just needed the valves and valve springs. So I got to remeasure the valves that Mark gave me to make sure that they're right size. They're not make sure they're not stock valves. But so there's that. I've got my old roller rockers and stuff. I got my roller lifters left over from the other engine that are all still in good shape. Cam, connecting rods, carbon intake. Yeah, you know, I think the pistons will be about the only thing that we need to get. And hopefully when taxes come around, we might be able to do that. And we may put that engine in front of converting Plan B over to a 6K engine. We may just go ahead and build that other engine. Of course, if I build another engine, it means I got to build another transmission too. But that's not a big deal. That's easily done. It's just basically a gear change and stuff. And what I probably end up doing, taxes is your least favorite time of the year. It's actually becoming one of my favorite times of the year. The more write-offs I get. So, but what I'll probably end up doing is I've got a stock transmission back in the corner. I'll probably get an overdrive for that and put an overdrive gear in that, put that transmission into Monkey Business and pull my actual good pulling transmission that was out of my old pulling tractor that's already geared and overdriven and put it into the new frame build. So, but like I said, that's down the road. We got to get Monkey Business done first. Get it done and ready to go. And worst comes to worst, we'll build the new engine and we'll put it in Plan B's frame for the time being. which ain't bad because it's already got the built transmission and everything. It should just be a bolt-in deal. And then maybe we can actually redo Plan B's engine and not make it a 6K. Just get the parts that we need to make it a better open RPM tractor. And possibly sell it. Maybe. Don't know. I have a hard time selling anything. So that's why my garage looks the way it does. The quarterly taxes are the worst. Yep. Quarterly taxes suck, but as long as you plan for it, it ain't no big deal. The big thing right now is every year I have an aeration septic system, which means it's got a motor that spins and churns things up and then injects air down into the slop and supposedly does something with the UV, and I don't know how it all works. All I know is every year I got to pay about $250 to have a service contract so they can come out and clean the filter and check everything over and tell me if it's working right or not. And then I got to pay $175 plus a service call to have a water test done where the clean water comes out and dumps into the creek. They have to do a water sample test to make sure that I'm not dumping nasties into that. So it's right around $400 a year or a little more every year, about this time of year, that I have to, cough up that money to pay the contractor and the county. Of course, the county, I don't have to pay the county directly, but I do have to pay for the water test because the county requires it, and they require that I have a signed service contract. So it's one of the worst mistakes I made when I bought my house. That's another thing, if you're anywhere close to my area and you're buying a house, either force them to accept your existing system if it's working, or do your research and find yourself a system that doesn't cost you so much, because other brands of systems, the one company that I talked to that cannot service my system because there's only one service place within 100 or 150 mile radius that's allowed to service my system. The other systems, their service contract's $100 a year, and it includes water test. And that's for my area. So I think it's like 150 because they charge you the contract plus the service, because they can't do the service and the water test at the same time. They have to come back out and do the water test separate from when they're doing the service, because they service it twice a year. But yeah, so do your homework, people. I was stupid 14 years ago when I bought this. I didn't know anything about aeration systems. I quickly learned a whole lot. I learned a whole lot about my county sewage inspector, or whatever they call them. When they come out to test my system when I was buying my house, we had rain almost every day for 2 weeks. And when they test the system, what they do is they dump dye down in your septic tank, and you're supposed to run water, and they go out and make sure that the dye is not percolating up through the ground, that it's going down into the ground. Well, when they dump the dye in, they walk the yard, and the lady that did it, she wasn't a big thing. She was sinking like an inch and a half down into the ground, sloshing through the mud and stuff out in the yard. And I told her right where the leach lines were at, because the previous owner told me exactly where they were at. And she walked and said she's going to have to go back to the office and talk to her boss because she can't find the dye. And I'm like, well, ain't that a good thing? That means the system's working. The water's not coming up, and on above ground, it's going down in where it's supposed to. Well, they would not neither approve or deny my septic, and my realtor, or not my realtor, but my mortgage company that I was using, said that they needed a definite answer whether it needed replaced or it was fine. And we opted to go with just put a new system in. So, yeah, I should have, like I said, I should have done my research and not just listen to my realtor that suggested the company and everything that did it. I should have, like I said, done my own research. Yeah, basically that's what they are, Scott. I mean, mine had, I think it's 600 feet of perforated line that is buried. I think the previous owner said 4.5 feet deep with stone and stuff around them, or sand bed, I guess, around them. And what it does is it takes that dirty water. It's not solids; it's just water that's off the top, and basically leaches it down into the ground, as a natural filter. And in my thinking and the way I thought things worked is, as long as it's not coming to the surface, that means it's going down and getting filtered and getting, back into the clean water system. Nope. Apparently they have to find the dye. I told her to grab a freaking shovel and start digging. That's over and done with. There's nothing I can do about it now, because even if I wanted to put a new system in, I still have to go with an aeration system. I can't go with a standard old school system. Yeah. It's basically fertilizer water. Now, I've had my tanks pumped twice since I've lived here. The last time, the guy's like, "You're wasting your money. There's hardly anything in here." Merry Grinch Christmas. Thank you, Thomas. But so yep. Tomorrow's the big day. I'm actually starting to build the loft. Preparing to build the loft. I got to move a bunch of stuff around in the shop, get access to over there, and get a work area set up and all that. So, man, I got a tickle, but it's not a sick tickle. It's just I haven't drank enough today, so I'm getting a little dehydrated. I get busy and forget to drink, so. I would absolutely love it if we had a sewage system around here. That way I wouldn't have to have a tank. I wouldn't have to buy I'm sure it'd be a whole lot cheaper than paying my contract with these people, especially when something goes wrong with it. The one, a few years back, the UV light went out, and for them to replace it, the light itself was like $500 and some plus another $175 service call. I found one through work. The plumbers at work told me where to find it and what I needed, and I ordered it. It was like $75, but I still had to pay $175 for them to come out and install it, because I wasn't allowed to install it myself. It's basically a light that goes in a tube that shines on water. But hey, they had to do it. So yeah, I'm not getting sick, Scott. I'm just like I said, I haven't drank enough today, and I've been eating these cookies. I should have grabbed myself a big glass of chocolate milk. So it's not hiding more junk. It's to hide the junk that I've already got, so I can actually move some stuff into like the storage area I have in over there, and get it out of the main work area, so I have more room to work on my junk. So So yeah, I'm not hiding anything. It's already hidden. It's already stacked over there, but it's stuff that don't need to be on the floor, like tires and some engine blocks and, some other stuff like that, like I said, don't need to be down on the floor, taking up valuable floor space. It can go above my head, kind of out of the line of sight, out of sight, out of mind type deal. Did you ever heat glow sticks and crap it out? Yeah, but glow sticks aren't UV, so junk in the trunk. Yeah, basically, yeah, that would be considered junk in the trunk over there. But that's I mean, the ultimate goal is to put a big addition on the back of the garage, I'm kind of like going with the back of the garage now, not the side, because I can go out further. But get the addition put on the back there for storage, long-term storage, and convert my storage area into more of a usable fabricating area. So I'm not cutting and grinding and doing all that kind of stuff all around the engines and stuff that I'm trying to build and work on, and all that kind of crap. So just trying to be more proactive, I guess. I do a lot of welding and grinding and stuff. I got to cover engines up and cover tractors up, and when I go to work on them again, I got to uncover them and unplug them, and yeah, it just from the Dutton Ranch. I don't know what the Dutton Ranch is. Give us a little insight of what the Dutton Ranch is there, Rail. Yeah, that's kind of my eventual goal, Adam, is have all the TV show Yellowstone. Yeah. Okay. I don't have regular TV. I know about Yellowstone. I've never watched it. I've watched some clips and stuff on like social media, but I've never. Hush, Scott, don't. Hey, I had a buddy that had a cabin in southern Ohio that had actually had 3 plastic 55-gallon drums buried, and that's what their septic system was. And it was actually attached to a porta-john. So it went from the porta-john down into those tanks, and then leach line. I mean, it was like set up just like a regular septic system. It's just they did it all themselves, and I know he owned the property for almost 20 years, and about every 10, I think 10 years after they did it, they rented a trash pump, like a sewage pump, and where the septic tanks are at, 100 and some feet away, there's a big, long downhill. It's an old strip pit hill, and they pumped that stuff out, sprayed it all over that hill in the sun, dried it out, and never had an issue. And never contaminated their own water system. Yeah, smash that like button, y'all. Thanks, Rick. Thanks, Renegade. So yeah, he did it himself, and it worked just fine. As long as you have it designed right and it flows, you should never have any problem with it. But it was just him and his wife. Sometimes they'd have some company, but they'd go down on the weekends and basically during the summer and fall and spring, and they didn't use a whole lot of dirty water, I guess. Gray water they did, but the gray water just went out, and I guess black water is what you call it. But the black water and the gray water were separate. So, because he originally started out with just an outhouse, one of the porta-john style. He said that got old real quick. They'd have to have, because they had to put it on a trailer because where their cabin was at was too far off the road for the truck to get in. Plus, they had a gate, and so they would haul it up to the gate, and he would actually take off working time, haul it up to the gate. The guy'd pump it out, clean it, and he'd haul it back up. Yeah, black gold. But yeah, that down there where he had his cabin at, there was basically no building codes. Yeah, house in January sucks. Yeah, like I said, they didn't use it. They don't use it in the wintertime. He would use it up till like a little bit during hunting season, but basically as soon as hunting season was over, he was done, and they wouldn't go back down until spring. But yeah, it was a nice little place. I was down there once or twice to visit. Never spent the night or anything, but they had it set up pretty nice. They actually had two of those portable shed deals, the ones that come in on a truck. One was their cooking and living room hangout type deal, and then the other one was a little bigger, and that was their bedroom and bathroom, or bedroom, and they had like a dry sink and stuff in their bedroom. They wash up and stuff, but at first they weren't attached, but then they attached them and had made a doorway between them, which turned out really nice. Thomas is hunting Easter eggs. Good luck with that one there, Thomas. I think you're a couple months off there, bud. And yeah, actually, when I went to Walmart this morning, like I normally do on Sunday mornings, they didn't have no hard-boiled eggs. Usually they have a bunch of hard-boiled eggs. Everybody must be wanting to do deviled eggs and stuff and pickled eggs. I wanted to make some ham salad. I wanted some hard-boiled eggs to put in my ham salad, so a friend of mine gave me 2 or 4 pounds, like it's 4 pounds of chopped ham, ground chopped ham. Yeah, an off-grid cabin wouldn't be bad. I just want the property, a couple 100 acres. That'd be cool. I'll put a camper on it if I have to. Some of the campers nowadays are nicer than some homes. But yeah, I wanted some hard-boiled eggs to chop up and put in my ham salad. I had eggless ham salad. Can you believe it? That sucks, y'all. And so, it's getting a bit close to that time, y'all. So make sure you smash that like button. And I really hope y'all have a really good and safe holidays. If you're traveling, please be safe. Hopefully Santa visits you well. And ladies that are watching, don't forget, it's still time enough to get on Santa's naughty list. Come talk to me about it. So, Yeah. Yeah, maybe when I retire, I'll get an off-grid cabin. Maybe I'll just build one at the back of my property and, put a big fence up. Actually, it's supposed to be warming up. I mean, there's a chance of snow tomorrow night or Tuesday. But then after Christmas Day, it's supposed to be in the 40s. Mid to upper 40s. So that'll be awesome. I got to go help my brother with a couple things outside. He's got an outside security light he needs fixing. I'm going to grab a bucket truck and help him do that. But other than that, I'm gonna be working in the shop, either building loft or cleaning or organizing stuff or moving stuff. But we will be out there. The videos may be a little, but we video what we do in the shop, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna video us getting ready and building the loft. So, hey, that's a build video. It's out of wood, but it's still a build, right? So, and pass the word. We probably will be going live Christmas Eve like we have in the years past. Still deciding what time I want to start, whether it be 9 or 10. We might do 9 o'clock. Just do a 3-hour live stream till midnight. That sounds, 9 o'clock my time, Eastern Standard Time, up through midnight. I know Lisa will be way far behind us. She's living in the past. And, of course, our friends over on the other side of the pond, they're living in the future. I'm still waiting for one of them to give me the lottery numbers, for us, Can you hook a brother up? If you're living in the future, tell me what the lottery numbers are, and then I'll play them, and then I'll split the money with you. Honestly, I will. Had fog so thick I couldn't see the end of the block. That's some thick fog. Yeah, definitely. Come up to Fort Myers, you can get hammered. Yeah. Actually, my work Christmas party was Friday night, and we went to the little local bar where we usually go. And out of all the people we work with, only about 7 people showed up. And I did order a tequila sunrise, and I know the waitress is deaf for the most part, and they said that she couldn't read my lips, but somebody else told her exactly what I wanted, which was a tequila sunrise. And what I got, definitely was not a tequila sunrise. It had tequila in it, and it was red, but there was definitely no orange juice in it. And I don't know what the red stuff was, but it was not grenadine. But then I actually left that party. I stayed for about an hour and a half, and then RNG, Redneck Garage, RNG Performance. A friend of mine, Steve, they actually had their Christmas party, yearly annual Christmas party. They had one last year, and they had one again this year. And so I decided to finally go over, and we've talked on Facebook and YouTube and everything else multiple times, and he's been up on my live streams. He's actually donated super chats and stuff for the channel a couple of times, big ones. And we finally got to meet up in person. And super nice guy. Definitely be going back over and hanging out with him again. So, yeah. It's been an hour, y'all. So I think we're going to shut her down. And hope you all have a Merry Christmas. And we will definitely see you all next Sunday before the New Year's, and y'all be safe, and be nice to one another.